Welcome to Windward TV. I'm Kevin Schilter, your host, and I've got Glenn Hall from Penticton Honda Centre. Welcome, Glenn.
Hi, Kevin. How are you?
Fantastic.
Good.
In today's episode, we're going to be talking with Glenn. He's been running Penticton Honda Centre for 24 years, and obviously as an entrepreneur going through all the trials and tribulations of running a business, hiring, firing, inventory and suppliers, and all the lessons along the way, just to impart a few nuggets of information to our audience. Welcome, Glenn.
The little challenges along the way?
The little challenges. Obviously, being an entrepreneur, 24 years, that's, there's a high percentage of entrepreneurs that don't make it past year one or year two.
Yeah, I never really stopped to consider failure, I guess. It's always just been like straight ahead and go, let's get it done.
24 years ago, how did you decide to get into the OPE or outdoor power business?
Well, actually, Kevin, I was kind of pushed into it. Like, it was announced that the firm that I was working for was getting out of business and they were shutting the doors due to economic reasons, and the folks were a little older, and it's just how it was. They've been trying to sell for quite a while, and they said, here, that's what's going on. And I said, well, sounds like an opportunity. I think I might be able to do something with this place. So I jumped in. I just bought a corner of the business because they did all these different things. Maybe they did too many things, but either way, we took on the three brand names in the outdoor power equipment: Honda, Husqvarna, and Steel, and kind of went like that.
And still have them today?
Oh, for sure.
Yep.
And then we expanded on the Honda brand into the power sport business, which kind of fell into, so to speak. Originally, it had been a line that was tied up in our community, but again, business failure there and tough times. And then when it came back to my opportunity, things were picking up slowly, but yeah, I so to speak, I waded in, put my toe in and moved in slowly, and getting it done slowly there's a lot to be said for it. I think you can do well if you grow a business slowly in a controlled manner. I don't believe that there's a get-rich-quick program out there, and if
there's
there
not.
is, could be a lottery ticket, and I still buy those from time to time, but other than that, some of the best advice I was given as a young guy was, you know what, there's no fast way. It's long, hard years, and you'll get there slowly. And that's the one I've lived by, and we get it done.
Any particular mantras, like obviously after 24 years, what makes you successful?
Well, I don't think there's any one thing, really. Okay. Slow and careful. That's certainly my nature, is fairly careful. Things come off the rails now and then. I guess looking after your employees, that would be one. Looking after your customers, choosing your suppliers carefully and who you align yourself with, because you can't get it done if they can't help you get it done, and you're only as good as your suppliers, quite honestly.
Have you ever had to phase any out along the way, or?
For sure, we've definitely let the suppliers go, or just stop writing POs to them.
When things aren't working, yeah.
Yeah, and you can just tell that they don't either have the capacity or infrastructure, systems in place to help you get the product or parts out the door. So
how do you deal with all the different aspects of the business? Like you're the president over there, and you've got a lot of different things. You've got financial, you've got employees, you've got suppliers. How do you manage or deal with all the different stakeholders? Well, you know, the whole thing's been a process of evolution, right? It was a 3-employee business, and what are you up to now? We're up to 14 right now. We've been up to 17 at the height of our industry. You certainly have these platforms and plateaus you move through as a business, and making those transitions from one to the next they're tough jumps. It weakens you for a little while, and then you kind of stand up and get going again. So Glenn, I hear you're a bit of a dragon slayer? Dragon slayer, yeah, I have slaying the odd one. What's that mantra about? Well, you have to pick out the problem, and I guess whatever's in front of you that is going to be the next biggest hurdle, identify it and then figure out how you're going to solve it. And that's employee-wise or accounting-wise or how often all is that areas happening? Daily. You got to
pick out what the biggest problem is. And I guess that's what your job is as a manager, is being able to have a good overview of what's happening on the in the business front, and going out there and trying to use your resources in the best way possible to extinguish the problem and slay the dragon. Yeah. You know, there's other days that are more of a sit back and do the accounting and the books and having a look of where we've been and where we're going, and trying to take measure of all of that, which is really important. If you can't measure what's going on in the business, and just taking that moment to consider, you know, what's going on, you can make some really big mistakes.
What's your go-to report?
The number one place that I start is the P&L,
yeah.
balance sheet, and then you start questioning what's going on in this corner and what's going on in that corner.
So then that drives further reports or questions.
I'm always looking at the trends. You know, why is that trend changed? You know, what's going on with that? Looks like there's a sore spot. We need to improve that area.
There's a dragon over there sitting in the corner.
Yeah, I think there might be a dragon over there. And then you go see if you can pull the dragon out.
Well, that is business, is planning and then looking at the numbers and making decisions to get the best return. I think
you can get weighed down too much in just looking at numbers. I mean, I really do believe that. You have to be on the...
So you got your P&L. What's the pullback for you? Or what's the grounding component in the business to not get mired down in the numbers?
Right, is to be out there face to face with the customers of reality.
Sage advice,
I suppose.
Yeah, well,
I didn't come up with it all by myself.
No.
Yeah. Anyway, Windward has certainly helped us get there and get things done in a timely manner, and made it easier to get customers in and out of the store in a painless way.
Well, I'm glad we're part of your business, Glenn.
Yeah, it's been very good.
And part of your success and growth. So Glenn, thank you for being on the show today. It's fantastic to have your perspective.
Great, you're very welcome.
Yes. And remember, at Windward Software, we help you run your business instead of just reporting on it.